Hey, it's Dave again. So, in the continuing saga of turning some fresh cherry, I have a couple pieces of this live edge, bark edge, was part of a tree. Cut out some sections, rough turned it, coated it so it wouldn't dry too rapidly and shrink in one area faster than another and crack. Because I don't care what it does for shape. Let's face it, this doesn't even look round. It's not the shape that I'm worried about, is some parts drying faster than others and cracking. So I've done everything right, says me. Cut away from the pith, because this was a much bigger tree than this. I've coated it so it would dry slowly. I've double coated the end grain parts of it so that it would, give it the best shot. And now we find myself, this was done a while ago. January, February, March, April, May. It was done back in May. I chopped this out and then turned it into a thing, and it's been sitting like this for a month. So here we are. I think I'm going to give it a try. First thing I want to do is chuck this up. I've got myself a little foot. Things have changed. It's no longer round. It's not going to really hold it very true. Not a big deal because I left it thick. I mean, this is over 3/4 of an inch thick everywhere. So I've got room to refine, if that's the word, a round thing in this. So I'm going to chuck it up on this and get as best as I can. It'll be awful, I'm sure. And then I'm going to turn a receiver on the inside of it that I can expand a big chuck into. Big chuck. Something around here, about 5.5 inches in diameter. It'll happen right about here. Then I'll chuck it onto that, clean the bottom up into a, this is what it's going to look like when it's done sort of condition, maybe. And then turn this part of it into a good regular thing, and then flip it around and go for finish. That's the dream. So just for the hell of it, this measures 4 9/16 in length and 4 7/16 in width. So it's only lost 1/8 of an inch in round. It doesn't suggest that it's really gotten dry, but this is all an experiment, right? We're going to find out. Let's chuck it on the lathe and see what happens. So here we go. Got my wrench and my socket, and this is tighten, close, whatever, to close and tighten. And like I say, we all know that this is not round, and it's not seated real well. There's just lots about it that's not good. But it's because it's been doing what we wanted, which was drying and changing shape. Well, that's reasonably seated. And so probably put it in second to third gear, I guess. Feels pretty good. I think I'm going to put my bowl fence on, or tool rest. I have a blacksmith buddy, and he made this for me. And that's a pretty cool thing. And it allows me to get into the inside of a bowl and keep, pretty close to my tool resting on something solid. That's probably the worst of it. The part that you don't look forward to this thing is getting your fingers caught, right? Yeah, lots of that. Looks good. I'm going to clamp this down. Pretty good. And here we go, baby. Got a big gouge, but I think it's not that I need a big gouge. I think I need control. I'm going with a medium-sized gouge. And I am going to put on a glove, because just brushing into this business right here will open up wounds. And maybe the glove will help. See what happens. The outside of this has gotten pretty dry and pretty hard. You heard that crunching. Still smells kind of fresh when you open it up, though. It's just been, it's only been 2 months since this was in a log. Oh well. Anyway, so this is my expansion to the seat. So that's right there. That's where I want to go. That. Okay. So see what I can do. Start off with a square. This out of the way. Yes, I'm a little scared. You would be too if you'd ever had this thing hit your hand. Alright, so now, the thing is, I can make any shape I want on the inside within reason. But the outside's got to be right. This is where I'm going now. So I'm going to try to hook this on that little bit of business that I just did. Close is what I want now. Oh, that just dropped in. Let's do the old wrappy thing too. That doesn't look right at all. That looks way the hell off. Oh Christ. That's way off. I'm not even close. Close. Do that. More close. Better. Better. Boy, I thought I had it. How silly I am. I guess that's the mark of having some sense of humility. Is when something doesn't look right, you don't just say, I trust myself. You actually verify. All right, so that's that. That's super. Look at me go. Thank you, Peter. All right, now we're on the outside. And bring it back as soon as I'm going to throw a quick edge on this and bring it back. Okay, well, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm still on center. That's great news. Love it. Super. So this is following the pattern. This is going real well. This is still too wet. Damn, it's still too wet. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen. Damn, it's still wet. But you can see what's going on. The piece is shrunk across the grain, so that while I'm hitting here, I'm not hitting there because this is shrunk. The whole piece is shrunk. And it's not done. I can feel this thing. This is damp. It's not done. It's not ready. This is not the time. It's not that I'm wasting my time. I'm going to ruin the piece of wood. I'm going to shellac this again and put it back on the rack and wait until winter. It's got to be. It's just got to be. I can't do this. I don't want to take the risk. Yep. Okay, that's that. Seemed like this was going to be a good idea, and now it doesn't. Yep. Get some shellac. Be right back. Okay, I generally don't do this, but right out of the can. Why shellac? It's nothing magic about the shellac other than it's probably akin to the finish that I'm going to use when I put a finish on this thing. I could use paint or wax, or you could use lots of things to slow down the transmission of moisture, but I'm probably going to put tung oil on this thing when I'm done, something that could be food safe, or food safe adjacent. And so the shellac is going to work for that. I had put amber shellac on, more than likely, I'm trying to think of my logic at the time, but I think I had some old amber shellac that had started to turn a little bit, and I thought it was a good way to just use it up because, as much as this seems like a hobby, it still has a budget. So anyway, shellac, let that set. I'll be done. I'm not going to touch it again. Tomorrow I'll take it off the lathe and put it up on the racks, and back to waiting. I'll put the dates back on it, and we'll wait a while longer. Okay, thanks. I know you're pulling for me, but we'll just have to focus on something else for the next 5 months or so. See ya.